All right, here we go. Clearing my throat on the first sound of this new year. Yay. That was not intended, but hey, whatever. So, it is time for The Outer Worlds. Fun little game here. Very, it's Obsidian, so it's very decision based and all that fun stuff. And I looked at it. I've been looking to play it. It was on sale during the Steam sale. I bought a whole bunch of games to start off the new year. Um, so we'll see what happens from there. I've got The Outer Worlds. I've got Call of Cthulhu. I've got Sense, the Cyberpunk story, which is a little more lewd. A couple other games. So we'll see what's going on in the new year. But this is where I'm going to start with because this is the one I've been looking to play. So that is it, and that is where we're going to go. Now, I do have a game that I already started, and I might, when we get to the point where I'm at, I might just load that save game. Just because I like the way I built that character. But I'll see. I might just recreate it and go from there. We'll see how much time I spend in character creation. For now, we're just going to start new, normal, subtitles all on.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Minor term of service. Top secret Halcyon Corpus board. Colony ship Hope found drifting colonists unable to be left at edge of colony. So it's 2285 versus 2330. And this is probably years later after 2230. That's just when they actually found the ship. So there you go. Inspiring confidence already. Phineas Verson Wells.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
So here you have the ability. Now I could focus a little more on stealth, but you can level up stuff later. So you can focus, on attacks and melee, intimidation. You can focus on hacking and long guns, which I assume is sniper rifles. Handguns, heavy weapons. When I created my original character, like I say, I only played about 20-30 minutes into the game. I did focus on persuasion and shooting, snipers, that sort of thing. can't remember exactly what I chose. We'll go from there. And then once you're here, then you get to put stats into base skills. This is kind of like a cross between D&D and Vampire. It's kind of like you initially just pick very basic things to level up in, and then once the skill gets to 50, then you add points to it separately. But to start out, I'll go with some more ranged.
Monarch's in need of more game hunters.
And then I'll probably, I could go and fill up a hole with something I'm not very good at. Defense or melee. Or it can go for persuade.
If we're ever captured, I'll let you do the talking.
And then your aptitudes, and is that this is very this excuse me. This speaks to the type of ship that you are on, as to the options you have available. I compared it to the Golga Frenchins of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and they're all a bunch of very base level jobs. Bureaucrat level 0. Universe operates on laws, and laws require paperwork. Halcyon is no exception. If something isn't stamped, filed, unfiled, referenced, redacted, certified, indexed, and numbered, then it might as well not exist. Birth certificates included. Cashiers, obviously not as useless, but still low-level functionary. Farmer, dirt farmer. Food additive testers. Sometimes quality control means sampling a delicious borscht smoothie, but most of the time it means swallowing toxins until you find one that stays down. You love a good surprise. Now that your stomach lining has the consistency of a broken-in saddle, it's easy to explore your culinary limits. Tossball mascot.
Maybe you can do something about this lump in my neck.
Scientist assistance level 0, class A.
You were subjected to.
You've cleaned out enough test tubes to develop a keen instinct for what goes in them and why. Maybe you didn't get in the business to mop up the leavings of failed experiments, but that's just part of the job. Even if you can't unsee what happens in the labs, you can at least learn from mistakes and enjoy some colorful nightmares.
You were a swill jockey? Waste of good talent.
Colonist sounded like a nice entry-level career for a person of your skills. Expanding humanity's reach by civilizing the cosmic frontier was ambitious enough without worrying about your day job. You had the rest of your life to decide how to be useful in Halcyon.
At least you know the value of money.
And then you pick your gender, face, hair. I have basics set up. See if I can. I did take some screenshots, but I don't think I captured everything. Bear with me here. Like I say, I can always just reload my save once we get to that point, but might as well have something vaguely resembling. It's a lot of customization for a, for what is basically a first-person game. These aren't numbered, so they're a little harder to tell. Get the general look here. I'm not gonna. I'm not going to spend the entire stream on character creation. I already did that, you know. I don't think I saved my hair. Yeah, they got some good amount of changes that you can make. Hair color, like 40. Lots of different hairstyles. I went with that one. You can have facial hair if you like. Facial hair color to match. Eyebrows you can change. All different manner of eyebrows. You can do makeup. You can have dirt on your face. Not sure why you would want to have dirt on your face permanently, but some people, you know. And age, I mean, you already started out looking pretty old, but then, like, you really can go up there if you want to. And name, just so it doesn't screw up the save files, we'll do this one as Sakari. I did the other one as Kanzaki. That'll give you all your stuff, and you're in your little incubation suit and all your stats and all that fun stuff. But next,
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers.
you only managed to get one of us out.
Initiate skip jump.
But, you know, pretty brave. Nice guy to help us out there. Probably no ulterior motives whatsoever.
Status: structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 10%. Skip drive.
Shit.
Evaporated.
So you got shipped to Stanton by Hurston Dynamics. Yeah, pretty
Wondering
much.
What's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably not.
His ship looks very Star
Forced
Citizen-y.
to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes?
Hopefully at all.
Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Or inspiring confidence.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
What could go wrong?
Ah, you've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
It's just like... Oops. Should be able to sneak past these guys. Wrong way down. Not quite so far.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Sure, no problem. Much farther down. Injury to teach you how to heal. Come on, chat. Go there.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
I do wonder how linear it is on how differently a playthrough can be made based on choices. It seems to have, you know, the evil path and the good path and stuff like that. I don't know how much it diverges, but people definitely react to you differently. They'll actually react to you differently based on the clothes you're wearing and stuff like that, which we'll see in a minute, but not sure how much of a difference it makes.
Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Got a better idea? Give me your gun. You're an idiot.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
He says that as he sits there suffering from a wound from a malfunctioned gun.
The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Works 50% of the time, every time.
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Famous salt tuna.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
You can take off your clothes and they will react to you having your clothes off as well. Some NPCs. And basically tease you about it. I did notice one thing when I got a companion. I put a helmet on her and I couldn't take it off. You gotta be really careful about that, because unless you have something to replace it with, for whatever reason, it won't let you take the companion's clothes off. So, which is fine. Obviously, they didn't want you taking the companion's clothes off, but you can swap stuff out. But for whatever reason, once you put a helmet on your companion, you're stuck with it. Unless you replace it with another helmet. So, I don't know if that's just a bug that they've never fixed or something they did intentionally, but it's kind of stupid. And you get a little bit of bullet time, basically, tactical time dilation, where you slow things down. You can, you get better longer time if you just stand still. But it also helps you in combat situations. So it can either give you more time to plan, or it can give you better reaction time on combat. I'm not sure I like the idea of a double jump as your dodge, but you know, whatever. I think they purposely... Your hacking and lockpicking skills help you get into places you're not meant to be. Mag picks are used to break open locks, and bypass shunts are used to break computer encryptions. If your skill... So, spikes and stuff like that in KOTOR, right? If your skill is high enough to break security, you'll see how many mag picks or shunts you need and how long it'll take. Raising your skill will lower the number of items used and speed up the process. So you've got stuff for hacking computers and you've got stuff for hacking locks. Okay, just like KOTOR. I think they purposely put you in a place here where you don't have enough mag picks. Maybe if you have a higher skill level in lockpicking, but I didn't go that route, you might be able to open it. Because there's a point later in the game where you can steal. It's still in this zone, because like I say, I played a little bit past this. In this zone where you can steal the 4th mag pick and then come back. So, but then of course that means you're stealing, right? And that's an alignment choice and stuff like that. All right, now, last time, I kind of went full out and just killed everybody. Oh boy. I'm gonna try to sneak up this way, but then the other one came around the corner. So maybe I won't be able to sneak up. Okay, fine. Didn't really want to alert your friend. I should have just killed them all. Should have just shot him. Where'd the other guy go? All right, let's go this way.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. God,
Landing
that
violators.
landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he?
Still a moron. I'm hoping you're a little brighter.
Of course I am. I'm a superior officer. Stands to reason, don't it? Just you watch. I'll cross these marauders off with a swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some.
Need a couple winks.
Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. And it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go. Open fire!
Gonna be laminated. I tell you. See if I can keep the private alive. Okay, well, they actually did better this time. No, 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 no. Shoot, I wasted a heal. Oh, well. Last time the private did not make it out alive.
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
Grab all this stuff. We're not gonna mess with it too much.
Marauder, please be informed that the engine room contains nothing of value. Please be advised that using the respecification machine will not make you a better person.
Will not make you a better person. Important to note. Good disclaimer.
Marauder, please be informed the ship has no crew for you to murder. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
You're gonna do self-destruct? Not here to misappropriate anything?
Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Prepare to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Realize we're on the ground, right?
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Your captain's a red smear under my escape pod.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
I get it. You need me to be Captain Hawthorne or you can't fly.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Such a lovely name for your ship, the Unreliable.
Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Try to stay alive this time. All right. Level up. You can have all sorts of things that you can improve. Now, again, you're doing, instead of 10 points at a time, you're doing 1 point at a time. So you just, and it's in the base skill itself. And then you apply perks, XP, better time dilation recharge, stuff like that, right? All right, now let's see. Load game. We're gonna load this one. Which is right outside the door. Oh, that is not the one I wanted. Load. Oh, crap. Okay, it overwrote. Right. Well, now I'm a little, it overwrote my save games. Actually go to the main menu. See if it'll let me load another save. Oh, I hate that. I was afraid of that. Darn it. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to spend a little more time in the ship then. Yeah, I think what it did is it wiped out my character. It probably only has one save because it wouldn't let me change characters in the from the main load screen.
Get over here before you get yourself killed.
Well, bum. Let's go back to here. All right. So basically, I did everything right. My skills are a little different than they were before, but I can compensate for that because we're still early on. All right, let's because I went much more dialogue based early on. I want to make sure that everything is 10. Or higher. But that's okay. We can work with this. I will need to go manage my inventory for a minute. Go for some more ranged fighting. Apply that. So yeah, it looks like you only have one save, one character you can have at any given time. And lots of games are like that. You just have to, find where the save is and back it up and swap it out. But annoying. All right, so journal is just a journal, you know. It really needs a read all sort of thing. That. All right. Well, it's a good thing I took basically
If
the
your
same
equipment
choices.
is in need of repair or
Yeah. Right. So this is broken, right? So first thing we need to do is take these additional guns that we have. One of them is more valuable than the others, but break them down. The additional saber, break it down, break that down. It didn't give me the other armor. Huh. I didn't get another armor from a Marauder. Maybe that's later. Consumables. Lots of those. Mods. Axe. Captain's ID. Junk. Now, I can go ahead and repair this. Okay. The other things aren't very badly damaged, so it should be fine. Put that there. All right, there should be more stuff around here. There we go. This is a two-handed weapon. Tossball stick. Okay. Let's see. I think I did everything else. I don't need to respec. I'm good on that. You can apparently sleep. I'm not going to do that right now.
These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
Please ignore them.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
I don't have a job. Got it all wrong. Attack. You take down payments in wanton violence?
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
I'm a spaceship inspector. Let's see if Private Kimball talks to us now.
Not just anyone is chosen to enforce landing regulations, you know? I had to fill out 4 whole forms.
4 whole forms. Obviously, the short term working for the corporation doesn't seem to have worked out that way. That they were supposed to go to this planet and serve out a short term working for the company. And these are obviously the descendants of those people. So that didn't work out very well. Now, I did make the mistake of attacking these things over here. They are not to be messed with. They are bad. They are very bad. Very bad. They have armor, and we do not have anything to combat armor at this stage of the game. Maybe this is where I get the Marauder clothes.
You hide it!
Doesn't seem to be a stealth attack, per se. That. And their gear does seem to be, what they drop seems to be RNG. Let's see. Armor. Got 2 sets of mining gear. And the helmet. So you can put the mining gear on. You can put the helmet on, but I'm not gonna wear a helmet. I didn't see a hide helmet feature. It might be in the settings. Show companion helmets. Okay, we can take that off. Show player helmets. We can take that off. Okay. Enable cinematic kill camera. Head bobbing. Okay, so now we can hide the helmet at least, or not hide the helmet. I don't know. Maybe it's hiding it, maybe it's not. We can't see. Was there an apply maybe? No. Okay, well, we'll see. Because obviously, seeing your character's head is more important than any sort of protection the helmet might offer. But if you can have both, great. Not that you see your character too much in this.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Running around in a Marauder's attire. You're liable to give some people the wrong idea. It's in poor taste. Dressing up like a Marauder's disrespectful to all the workers that got eaten by them. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Low prices.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater.
In humor.
We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
What do you talk to about power regulators?
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
I collect what I do to make people pay for their own graves. Why can't you collect these fees?
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge. 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
I didn't see what this guy says when you'd have no clothes on. Let's see.
You mind not running around bare-assed? You're making my associates uncomfortable. Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients. Yeah? Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back in town. She pays for marauders by the finger. Couldn't tell you. No, I mean, I'm contractually prohibited from saying anything that might reflect poorly on Spacer's choice. Avoid it. Shouldn't have said that either. Look, forget I said anything.
I'm contractually obligated from not telling you where they're coming from. So yeah, there's this house here, and everything in here is steel. So you lose if you use any of this stuff in here, you're stealing. Obviously, I don't know how much of an impact that has yet, so. We're not going to steal. We're going to be good for now. Edgewater discovered.
They start asking you for some medicine, come tell me. I'll set them straight. Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
They got the infirmary here. Got the cantina. Got the barber shop.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Let's...
We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company. I'm Conrad, You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Let's see. Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
That's some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition. A very loose definition of the word prosperity.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Give Silas an IOU.
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
Let's steal all this stuff. Steal all this stuff. I should probably switch out of the Marauder uniform for now. I'll go to the space uniform. You can talk to people in here. I think I'm gonna avoid that for the moment. There doesn't really appear to be a weapon, put all your weapons away sort of thing, but the characters don't seem to react badly to you having your gun out all the time.
Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Needs repairs?
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Mostly abandoned.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
And then so we've got a companion here now. Voiced by Ashley Birch. Then Mythic Quest and a few other things. Lots of other things actually. But... And they've got their own perks. And they've got their own equipment and all that, right? And they've got a really nice melee weapon, but you know. Alright, so out we go. Fires Reed's key. Alright, downstairs, come on. Once we get out of here, then I assume she'll talk.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office. Talk. Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk?
Yes. Come on. Are you gonna make me talk in there?
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
At the deserters?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. How well did you know the deserters? Did you know Adelaide Reed mentioned?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Okay.
About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the only clean thing. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Imagine these new things that I've got over here are companion abilities. Mechanical Lab, Vicar Max. Got a few other places we can look at.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
All right, so we got the one guy who can't pay.
You some sort of freelancer? Got my sights on you.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Talking to the good vicar always lifts up my spirits.
Right. The good vicar. Well, let's see how this plays out. That wasn't stealing, so I don't know what it does, but you know.
Where are we headed?
Notice you mention your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
Dead? How's that possible?
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Yeah. Now that's where it comes down to, is all their descendants are property.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers. You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
So why'd you send us to here?
The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him.
Okay.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Fix the geothermal plant. Cut off the power to cut power to deserters. If you could answer quickly, we're in a hurry.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depends on how well the leader can provide beyond your walls.
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
I didn't assume it'd be safe.
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Handsome sum. Why would Vicar be after a banned heretical book? I assume you'll want to burn it once you get your hands on it?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Yeah, so interesting. Spacer's Choice Cantina. Fountain of the Power. I kind of wish they'd show me all quests. Spirit Power. Deliver Reed's message. Manual. All the graves. Okay. All right, so let's go do that. We got a lot of tasks so far, but not a lot of things accomplished. So let's go wandering about in the totally opposite direction.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
We should keep our voices down.
Oh, what do we got
I've
here?
never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Oh, here's Reyes.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
All you need is a finger.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity. If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
He's a scientist. Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Looking like there's a bounty on his head. Kidnapped me, unfroze my body, and shot me into space. Then I landed here.
You're correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
You can just turn him in.
Interesting jumpsuit you've got. And by interesting, I mean suspiciously reminiscent of contraband.
Bounty records. Open bounties. File a writ of execution. So totally not a hut here. You may remember Gil Atrim from his days in the cannery. Please be advised that Spacer's Choice no longer recognizes Mr. Antrim as a member of the valued family. Spacer's Choice advises its workers in good standing by disabusing themselves of any sympathy, allegiance, or memory. Spacer physician abandoned her duties and disappeared from Edgewater. And for 3 counts of larceny, 2 for each partial stolen. Payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. Retirement, termination, and restitution. Has filed a writ of execution on Bertie Colton. Cotton effective immediately. The order of scientific inquiry has declined a response. Vicar Cotton's sermons are considered defunct and obsolete. Spacer's Choice advises purging them from your memory with the help of Zero G Brew. An ale that's good for what ails you. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. Oh, former vicar. Okay. Order of scientific inquiry. Okay. A little bit of background. Energy cells. Gel sale. Probably don't want to be hanging out in here. Could really use some clothes. Sedition, forgery, conspiracy, commit conspiracy, unlicensed medical practice, destruction of board property. Conspiracy to commit conspiracy. There's some bypass shunts there. A little hard to steal it right there, but you know.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
At least you got your health.
Let's go check out the cantina. If we can find it.
This is where the magic happens. Well, hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
It's mine.
Where are we headed?
Man, at least it didn't come up with stealing. Three open trouble tickets. Failure on start. Turn on engine. Try again. Try again. Kick the loader. Curse the injured toes. I have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Try it again. It makes a rattling noise. Dang it, Clancy. I just got your back on your 2 feet weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. Sounds like his stator's off. Access again. We'll clean out and reset. Failure of main cannery production lines. Start at production. Observe. Follow first batch to heat. Loud pumping noises. Smoke. Smell of burned small tuna. Overheat klaxon on monitor 6. Flame jets from exhaust ports. Automatic shutdown. Likely as not, Bless got indigestion from being made to eat something she ain't made to. Again, heading over now. Zero days, damn mechanicals. There's reset to low. Look northwise. I said look northwise, Blastless used the term translator. Here's scrap pile. Could be northeast from town, I guess. Observe mechanical, clanking about, all menacing like. It, right there. Wow. Ah. Those are some interesting reports. You didn't need those either. All right, so what do we got? Weapons are all pretty much the same. I guess some are better than others. So let's look and see what we've got as far as equipment. Rivarti's gun is better. That's okay. I'll leave that with her for now. And her armor's better. Okay, so we've got this one here that we're not using. Got extra armor we can probably break down. All right, so let's break down one of those. Okay. And then break down that one. Do we got any repairs that need done? They aren't too badly damaged, so I think we're just gonna stick with them as they are. Tinker. Nothing to tinker or modify yet per se. I mean, a little rude to pick this thing right when she's standing right here.
If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something.
Mock apple juice?
Something you need? My dad's... It's an office. Just my office.
Enter a keyword for search result. Pose a new entry. Control Alt F Center. Try that. Yeah, all it does is do window size. In Dumonte. Dumonte left Edgewater today. She's been reassigned to Terra 1. I kissed her goodbye at the platform and asked if I ever see her again. Both know the answer was no. Robert, they wouldn't let me keep her, but I know you'll raise her with love, perhaps more than I would make time for. You are patient and present in a way that I am not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Pavarti. They tell me her birthday will be set on the date she's legally delivered to you. She was actually born on July 7th. Make her feel special when I can't. She liked it when I sang to her. I was the only time she stopped crying. One record found. I sat up last night reading through the Young Spacer's Guide. Almost started reading out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have parts of it memorized. Reckon I'll take the next volume into work at the cannery. There's an unused office where I've been taking my lunches. There's all these things to pick, and I don't think I should be doing that with her standing right next to me. I suppose there's probably some point where you can dismiss companions.
Oh, you like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here. If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
I suppose you can close the door so you won't come inside. Interesting. I suppose I could go into those rooms and pick the locks.
I don't like coming out here. People on the street stare. Something you need?
No, apparently not. Got a big house, that's for sure. All right. Cantina. That way. We'll go up and around, I guess.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson deserted.
See if we find any of our other people who aren't paying for their graves.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
I'm not holding out hope.
General store. Try that.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
That's the vending
Got my
machine.
eye on you, girl.
That's since the vending machine incident.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident. Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
see what you're telling. I got some questions for
Go
you.
right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
We're all happy, proud, and thrilled. Players thought that won't make it, eh? Can't be serious. No one would want to live here. Blister on my ass. It's prettier. Glad you're so optimistic.
I have every reason to be. I caught a real break working in a place like this. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Music to my ears.
Merchant skills equal to the death dialogue. Okay. So you can sell all the junk. He's got a helmet for sale. Some clothes. That would be nice. Standard troop armor. Riot control. Very expensive. Doesn't really show you what it looks like on your character, but I suppose that doesn't matter a whole lot. That's a nice one. Armor mod. Range weapon mod. One-handed melee weapon. Why do you have it with light? Stealth armor. Hacking armor. Tech. Okay. I have a feeling my inventory is going to fill up with all this stuff that I'm not using, but you know. Tossball blocker. One-handed melee. That's better. Let's see. Character, inventory, weapons. That there.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet. Music to my ears.
Alright, now I can sell ammo. Sell that. Technically sell some of this stuff here. Just don't know if I'm going to need it in the future. thing here is stealing. That's the vicar. Guess we'll go to the cantina next. I keep saying that. This time.
Big drinker, are you?
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again?
Where am I again?
Oh, I ask myself questions all the time. For example, why do we spend money on these fancy latrines when we have a perfectly good wall outside? Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my 3rd bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet?
He's fine with only 3 bottles. And he's fine as long as he can count to 3. Yeah.
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on zero-G brew. After the 2nd bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional. Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
I don't know you.
So this is where you can either decide that you're Alex Hawthorne, Captain of the Unreliable, or, you know, you're your actual self. I assume somebody might know who Alex Hawthorne is. Might not.
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
But a fine establishment it is. Something going on here.
You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand. Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you? Go ahead.
What if I told you I just got shot into space by a crazy scientist? I was wondering if you know anything about Hope. What's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Crusade 26.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself. What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing Zero G? Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will.
Don't talk to me like that.
Spacer's Choice put
Don't
me where I
encourage
belong,
me.
and for that, I am grateful.
Don't encourage me. Pursue my dreams.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story? What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo. You're one of those freelancers, then? Running about Halcyon, selling off your loyalties to the highest bidder? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it.
What if I told you I just got shot into space by... Wow, what the heck? We'll go for it.
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning. Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk.
Interesting.
Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that. There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
All right, let's actually see what we can do here. Actually get to some missions and fighting, I suppose. All right, so mechanical lab is that way. These are presumably graves. landing site. Different routes in, a way through. Like this is the power area over here. Couple more buildings this way. Go ahead and follow the path here. We're gonna go this way, make our way down.
Look out! That's gotta hurt.
What the heck?
Who did it?
Oh, you gotta tell your companion to attack. Whoops. Okay, those didn't attack me earlier. These were rabid, I guess. Vending machines offer a variety of items purchased mostly from one company. A skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items. Okay. More armor. More helmets. Spacer's Choice. Criminal activities. Trespassing, lockery, hacking, and murder all are considered illegal activities frowned upon. Avoid being seen if you want to engage. Okay. Well, I had to do it eventually, right? You know, stealing some things is okay. Stealing other things, not okay. Let's see, we hacked that terminal. We need more of the thingies to hack with. Because since there are rabid creatures in here, I'm doubting there's very many people about. Knocked over chair. There's some spikes. I suppose I should have saved for a door there. That's all right. Try to hack this up. Oh, we can unlock the second balcony door. Nice. R. Thompson. Hey boss, just wanted to check out Saltuna Light Project. Brainstorming some new taglines for the product line, and I think some of them will really catch. I appreciate your hard work on behalf of our beloved brand. So I've just received a response from corporate. They're not interested in your idea of a light version of Saltuna brand because we'd rather not compete with ourselves. But they are interested in the idea of lighter salt tuna. Effective immediately, we have been instructed to use heavier weighted cans so we can pack them with less salt tuna, thereby saving bits to every can. This is exactly the kind of breakthrough our cannery needs. In fact, our logistics department has just confirmed my request to have you transferred from marketing division to the cannery. Wow. Can you imagine, Lawrence? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers on the canning line filling each slightly heavier can with slightly less tuna, hour after hour, day after day. This is great and tremendous honor for you and me. Effective immediately, your position in our marketing division has been terminated. I expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted from your pay. The marketing division of the Spacer's Choice Corporation was the first against the wall when the revolution came. Melts on your fork, not in your mouth. Less fault with some salt tuna flavor. It's brine time now with satisfying crunch of cartilage. You can't spell salt tuna without salt. Also, you can't spell salt tuna with aunts. Potential to market forward families. Okay. Leading scientists say it's still food.
Yeah, huh? In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12. Sure, but folks got long memories around here. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing, and next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of Zero G rolling out the front door and into the road. It's not funny. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of Zero G? Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Moreau's still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool.
Oh yeah, I opened the upstairs door. Well, that's some good stuff. Got a new helmet. Let's see. Character. Handguns +5. Well, that's good to have. Now that I've got the hide helmet, I can put one on her. Like there's something to jump to over here, so. That's a whole lot of stuff. Locked door, though. All right. So we got that house raided, I guess. And this person was evicted. We got over that way. Suppose I should be saving my game a little bit, huh? I don't know exactly where it's been auto-saving. Evicted. Evicted. Looks like everybody outside these walls got kicked out. And there's marauders. Why aren't you hitting him? Boo. Okay, we're gonna take those. That. That. Alright, so we got all those. Okay, let's see. Here, let's switch to the rifle. And we'll put the shotgun at 4. Two-handed melee. What's Bavardi using? She's using one-handed melee. Only got a few rounds on this thing. Need to get some more wet ammo for that.
Huh?
Oh boy. Come on, get away from the other guy who's gonna see us. Yeah, I leveled up, I see it. I'm worried more about that guy over there. Hold on one second. Something at the door. All right. Just had some all right. I had the good old UPS deliver a whole bunch of stuff, but none of it's for me, so or us. So it all goes downstairs. So done. Take it down there. All right, let's. Well, I need some dodge here. Let's put that up to 15. Let's your lockpick up to 15. Technically, it's above that. You are hacking up to 20. That'll help. Get that up to 40 on the persuade. I'll lift that up a little bit. One moment. All right. Anyway, onward. Okay. Not sure what those are. I know there was another marauder up here. Looks like there's a big door up ahead.
Gonna find you.
Watch out!
Oh, no.
Shh.
Okay. Well, I needed that anyway. Okay. Okay, so we gotta be a little more direct with these guys.
Here we go.
Where are you running to?
Attacking.
Where are you? Damn. Really? Damn. Wow. Okay. Okay. Maybe we go around those guys for now. If there's a way to take some of them out quietly. Community center seems very well guarded. So we'll stay away from there for now. That's interesting. Yeah, that place definitely a little better guarded than I hoped. One second, I got something at the door here. Sorry about that. Might just be a few more minutes here. I got some things to deal with. unfortunately, it looks like I'm gonna have to call the stream for now. So, I'm gonna need to do some other stuff out thing. So this will be where we call it, and we'll try to work our way around stuff. Unfortunately, this is just where my time ran out for the day. But until then, I will see y'all later. Bye.